Hi, this is Rishika Shah from Rediff. I'm here with the gorgeous, stunning Femina Miss India World, Nikita Porwal, and we are going to ask her some fun questions and then get into a rapid fire with her. Hi, Nikita, how are you?
Hi Rishika, I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. So, Nikita, you're heading to Vietnam to compete with so many contestants there from around the world. So, what's something you're looking forward to that's got nothing to do with the pageant?
In Vietnam?
Yeah.
Vietnamese coffee.
Okay, anything else?
Also, Vietnam is very famous for its glam, makeup, and hair
Yeah.
styling. So I would just love to sit on a chair of some really good hairstylist and get my Vietnamese curls done.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah.
So you've spent months preparing for Miss World. What's something about the process that has completely surprised you?
That it takes a lot more than motivation, excitement, all that dopamine in you. It takes consistency, it takes dedication. Because all that, butterflies that you have can go in like
Yeah.
a snap. But when it comes to doing something, a same routine for 1.5 year, that test is your metal in real. So that really surprised me. I was like, okay, I'll do it. I'm very passionate about India. I want to represent India. It's full way. But when it came to just following a routine for 1.5 year, it became a task. But once you bounce back from that challenge, I think you become invincible.
So you've performed since you come from a theater background. You must have performed in front of so many audiences, but Miss World is a very different platform. So does this feel more exciting than theater, or is it more intimidating?
I have always been a storyteller no matter what. When I was a kid, I used to tell stories to my friends group when I was little. Then when I grew up a little, I used to do declamation competitions in my school. Then I ended up doing a theater program in a university. So I think I have always been a storyteller. The platforms kept changing. Even now I'm telling the story of my nation. It's just the platform that has changed. So nothing is intimidating, nothing is exciting. It's just that I'm still the same. The purpose is still the same. The platform is different.
Since you mentioned you've always been a storyteller, I read somewhere that you wrote your first book at the age of 8.
Yeah.
So what inspired you at that age? And also, like, what was the book about? What is the book about?
So I grew up in an environment where I heard a lot of stories of mythology, history, folklores, even the bedtime stories by my grandparents. So it's these grandparents' bedtime stories that I accumulated in a book. It's a 5 chapter story book. I was very, very kiddo to, even know the gravity of the stories that my grandfather used to tell me back then. But now, when I look back at it, it's one of the most cherished memories of my life.
Okay. So, you've traveled to a lot of remote tribal communities through your project, Mati. Was there one conversation or one person that stayed with you for a really long time?
There was this girl named Tulsi who I met. And initially, I was very fascinated about their lifestyles. Oh, you get to live amongst the nature. Since I love jungles so much, I was like, oh, you get to live among jungles. I'm such a jungle baby. You get to be around the fountains, the rivers, and all the greenery. But when I had a conversation with her and I told her, where you live is my dream escape, and you're so lucky to be living here, and you're so great. We don't get to breathe that fresh air that you do. She told me one thing, that Nikita Didi, maybe your dreams, you have fulfilled your dreams. We haven't done it yet. For us, these traffic lights, for us, these buildings, these small windows that we get to see in buildings, that hustly road, that sound of the horns, this is a dream for us. And if you ask me, my dream destination, it would be a city with a busy traffic. And something just changed within me at that very moment, and I realized that something that could be a dream to us, something that could be fascinating to us, could be shackles to someone else.
Yeah, and we really do tend to take things for granted.
Yes,
also.
absolutely.
So people often, think that social impact projects are about giving back. But during Mati, what did you receive from these communities?
I receive a lot of love and a family of tribal community that I am, I'm waiting to go back to once I get finished with my Miss World. because it took me a lot of time to visit those villages over and over again, to build that trust, to break that ice, so that they could open themselves enough to trust me with their stories. And once they finally did that, we were already in love with each other. So I think it's a love, it's a family that I found in Mati, and I can't wait to be back
That's
there.
lovely. So you also, I read that you run a theatre group with artists that are all age
Yes.
groups, from the smallest to the
Yeah.
oldest, I believe 75.
Yes.
So, any anecdotes you would like to share from your experience working with them?
So I am working there as a creative director, and one beautiful experience that I have always cherished is performing Ram Leela with them. So when we do Ram Leela, the production that we have, it is a production that even a 5-year-old can enjoy, and even an 8-year-old can enjoy, because it has all the gimmicks, it has all the
Yeah.
magic tricks that we show to the kids,
Yeah.
where they could see 5 versions of Ravans and 5 Shurpanka in the air. That all gimmick we do. Also, it has so much of essence and so much of storytelling that happens, so much of knowledge that has been imparted, that it becomes a nice present for the elderly as well. So when we do it, from a kid, from a toddler ranging from 2.5-year-old who plays the character of Balram, Little Ram, to someone who is performing Dashrath, or to someone who is performing the character of old Ahilya, or character of old Shabri Mata. We have the range of all sorts of artists, and it's an amazing experience to be working with them. I get to learn so much from each one of them, be it a tiny toddler, or be it a grandfather of that tiny toddler.
So, where do you do these performances? Where do they take place?
We do it in different parts of the country.
Okay.
It started with Ujjain, my hometown, but now we have done it in Delhi, we do it in Chitrakoot, we do it in Orcha, and we have done it in even in Sihast in Ujjain. Sihast is like a Mahakumbh that happens in every 12 years in Ujjain. We have done it there as well.
Okay.
So we keep doing it in every place that we get an opportunity to work.
So, what's one thing about your journey that, people might see it as, okay, like, oh, you do it so effortlessly that they might just feel like, okay, it's an overnight success, but it has actually taken you a lot of hard work that only you know of?
Just this morning, I was realizing while doing my makeup, I was not giving it enough, credit. I was like, oh, probably it's just easy thing to do a makeup like that. That's why I'm just able to pull it off. I have a little imposter in me as well. So, but then I look back at the old pictures when I didn't know a thing about makeup and I could do it. So I realized that I've come a long way
Yeah.
when it comes to even something like makeup or hair, or that tiniest of the detail that adds up to becoming a perfect candidate for Miss World. And everything is surprising to me. I came very fresh, I came very raw, and I have built each and everything from scratch, and I'm really proud of that.
So, do you have some makeup tips or skincare tips for young girls? Like,
Yes, absolutely. Now that I've learned my makeup and hair so well, I think firstly one should know the shades, foundation shades really well, and it takes so
That's
much time.
true.
Sometimes
Because
years
the
to know
neck
your
doesn't match.
Exactly. Sometimes it takes years. So whenever
Yeah.
you go to shop your foundation shades, it's always better to just take a swatch test on your wrist and then wait for it to settle down for at least 6 to 7 hours. You can roam around the market, maybe try on some other things, and then you'll have to see if it really blends with your skin.
Okay.
Mostly, foundation is to be, you cannot have the perfect coverage in just
Yeah.
one foundation. You need to mix it. It's not an ideal rule of thumb, but it has happened with me.
Yeah.
So that would be my advice. Just do a lot of testing, a lot of hit and trials until you found your best shade.
And
Once
what
you
about-
find your shade, then makeup becomes a little easy.
Yeah. And what about skincare?
Skincare, it's very important to remove your makeup. The technique that which you remove your makeup, it's extremely important, because makeup in itself is not harmful to the skin. But when you don't remove it, and when you sleep
on
in,
it, yeah.
then it becomes hazardous for the skin.
Yeah.
So removing the makeup and then hydrating it very well before sleeping, probably using a mask or a hydrating moisturizer as per your skin, that really helps to having a good skin.
You're also, I I read you're also making your film debut soon. So how has your journey been like for that, and your experience working in the movies?
I just finished my second schedule and I felt like not coming back because I was enjoying so much on the set. But yeah, this is something. Miss World is something that has been my dream.
Yeah.
So anything for it. But when it comes to the film and the shoot that's happening, it's one of the most awaited projects in the Kannada
Okay.
industry, and it's a science fiction.
Oh.
Also, I'm getting to perform such a meaty, such a substantial role in it, which is the lead. I'm honored and I'm really looking forward for the details to just unfold pretty soon so that we
Yeah.
could have this chat again.
Yeah, definitely. Even I'm looking forward to it. So, what's one moment during your Miss India journey that that never made it to probably your social media, but it's something that stays in your heart?
There was this screen recording I still have of my mama and me. I video called her. I had a breakdown during my Miss India journey because I just felt that, I'm not able to do enough. I have always been someone who feels that I'm not doing enough. And since the finale was coming closer, I was just getting anxious day by day.
So you have major imposter syndrome.
Yeah, exactly. So I called my mama and I told her, I don't know why, but I don't think it's working for me. And I just had a breakdown. And that memory of her, I have that 1 hour of screen recording where she's explaining me things. She's just trying to be that support system that I needed at that time. My mama is not a very expressive person.
Yeah.
But when it comes to me, she can break every limitation that she has and she can just help me in whatever way that she can. And that day, she just motivated me like a proper TED Talk speaker, and I was moved by whatever she said, and I could pull myself up and, go for my finale. I think that conversation is one of the biggest reason I get to win this crown. And yeah, I never shared it on my social media ever because that's a very sacred memory of mine.
Yeah.
But it stays very close to my heart.
So you would say your mom is like your major inspiration throughout your journey. Is there anyone else?
100%. I mean, she is someone because of her faith, my faith doesn't get shaken up. It's because of her belief I get to, pull myself up over and over again and look beyond my limitations and look beyond my doubts. So it's always her.
You've represented India across so many platforms this year, from your TEDx talks to film fair. So which experience gives you like the biggest, like, I can't believe this is my life moment?
There was this one welcome that we got in KISS University, which is Kalinga Institute of Social Sciences. There are 40,000 tribal children. They made this human formation of wishing me Miss World, all the best for Miss World.
Oh, wow.
And I was not prepared for it. It was an absolute surprise to all of us. When we went there, they waited for us since morning, and we went there around 4 or 5 in the evening. They waited for us that long, and then they did that formation. That memory, that visual beauty I still have in my mind, and that is something that really makes me feel grateful for this journey and for this title that has made me meet so many beautiful lives and made me touch so many beautiful people along the way.
So, you'll be meeting so many different people from different countries now that you go to Vietnam. How would you like them to see India as? Like, how would you introduce them to our culture?
See, whenever a delegate goes to represent their country, they are basically the window for their country. So for all those people who have not visited India before, I'll be their window. So I'll have to make sure that they get a nice view of India through me. And I want to make sure that they see a India which is hospitable, which is warm, which is welcoming. Even if I'm having a bad day, I'll make sure that nobody around me has a bad day, or at least I can add a little cheer, a little smile to their life.
Yeah.
That's my aim, and that's the India that I have in my heart, and I want to introduce them to that side of the India.
So I'm sure you would know what all has been going on right now in our nation, and Gen Z has become so popular now because of the protests and what they've managed to do. What is your message to the youth? Because, it's our generation.
For the first time, I don't have any message. I have a shout out for the youth because what they did has been absolutely incredible. The
Yeah.
unity that we got to see. People always used to say Gen Z, आजकल के बच्चे, but this time they genuinely proved कि ये आज के बच्चे कल सुधार देंगे.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
I think I'm extremely proud of them. There have been a lot of things that should not have happened, but
Yeah, definitely.
as they say, not all men, not all Gen Z.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm
That's
extremely
true.
proud of them.
Now I'll do a rapid fire
Okay.
with you, okay? What's the last lie you told?
See, lying takes a lot of effort, and I'm very lazy in that matter. I just keep things very simple and very clear. Sometimes, yes, you have to like hide some things at that point of time.
Yeah.
Probably, I can't remember anything as
Okay.
of now.
Okay. Who's the last celebrity you stalked on Instagram?
A celebrity I stalked on Instagram. It was the current Miss World Opal Suchata.
What's the weirdest DM you've ever received?
A lot of weirdest DMs I've received. There was this one person who had this one-sided story of entirely of his own world. I was just a part of it. He used to reply to his own messages as if he was talking to me. So when I just finally, just ended up in his message request one day, it was like a 500, 600 long
Oh my
message
God.
trail that I had. And he was just having this conversation with himself. Very weird person. And I actually could read the story. He built that story from months. He was living
Oh
that
my
story. He was
God.
one
So he was responding to himself on
Yeah.
your behalf?
Exactly. And he was just playing both the characters, and I was one of the characters, but I was not the part of it. He himself handled the whole play and doing the entire monologue, but it was a little scary. And
Yeah, that's quite scary.
scary.
So you must have got a lot of cheesy pickup lines also, no? What's the one that made you really cringe? Any pickup line?
Somebody just said, you will, you are aiming for Miss World, I'm aiming for my world in you, something like that in my DMs. I was like, okay.
So what's your biggest ick?
Whenever I see someone hitting a stray dog or any stray animal, I just feel like giving them that just itches something in
Yeah.
me. I just can't control myself then.
Yeah. What's one thing that instantly impresses you?
Observation. If somebody is observant of the surrounding around them, they could see, they could feel the energy, they could pick up on little gestures that, nobody usually does. I think that's something that really impresses me.
What's the funniest assumption people make about beauty pageant?
That we woke up like this.
Which actress do you think would make an amazing Miss World?
I really find amazing Miss World. I think I'm also an actress now. You can call me an actress.
Yeah.
And I'll make a good Miss World.
Yeah. No, but you're Miss World turned actress. I'm not going to actress turned Miss.
No, technically I'm an actress turned Miss
Yeah.
World if I become a Miss World. But if you're talking about the current actresses, I said in a previous interview as well, it's Pratibha Ranta.
Okay. Yeah.
Because she's very intelligent.
Yeah,
she's
very she's very good with her words.
yeah.
Also.
She's very articulative. Also, she looks amazing.
Yeah, that's true. So number one is you.
Number is me. Yeah.
What's one social media trend that you will never absolutely refuse to do?
All the cringe content that comes, especially a lot of cringe content that I'll refuse
Yeah.
to do. That has
Yeah,
that
the
are becoming
reels.
the trends. Yeah.
Yeah. What's your biggest green flag and your biggest red flag?
Biggest green flag is again no. Biggest green flag would be getting handwritten letters
Okay.
or notes maybe.
Okay.
Letters would be too much to ask in this time, but yeah, maybe notes. And red flags, somebody who doesn't listen.
Yeah, but that's a
Yeah.
problem with most.
Yeah. Understanding is still another thing, but
Yeah.
somebody who doesn't listen in first
Listen,
place
yeah.
is something that really icks me off.
What's your guilty pleasure
Pani puri?
and your comfort show? Some like a show that you just keep watching.
There's this one very nice YouTube channel, Code and Obscure. It's based on Japanese samurai philosophies. I think that's my comfort show these days. It really gives me another reason to go back to myself and just work harder.
Okay. So lastly, if someone reads about Nikita Porwal 10 years from now, what's one sentence you want them to read first?
She was unapologetically about herself.
That's amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much. It was
Thank you.
lovely speaking
Thank you,
with you.
Rishika.
Thank you.